In Disney Dreamlight Valley's Storybook Vale Part 1, we have 3 new characters. You'll unlock Merida first, and it'll be pretty clear how to get her. And after you unlock Merida and you've saved up some of your storybook magic, it's time to get Flynn Rider from Tangled, so head out that left wing of the library over to Ever After. It's gonna cost us 2,000 storybook magic to remove the ink and enter this side of the map. All you need to do is walk up to the ink that's blocking off this biome and interact with it just like you would to unlock any other biome in the game. You'll get a short cutscene that shows you everything that's in the biome, including baby dragons. And at the end you see this miniature pavilion, and that's gonna be where we're headed. So you can take your time, explore the biome, clear the ink, and collect resources. But if you want to get Flynn, head off to your left. And over by this river, if we continue a little bit further down, there are these stepping stones that take you across the water. From here, we're going to head to the back right corner. I'll show you where that is on a map. You'll find a line of ink to clear. Clear it and head down the hill. You'll have a little stand and your mini pavilion full of ink, and your quest marker for Wolf of the Wilds will change. Once you've found this place, it tells you to go back and ask the lore keeper about it. So head back to the library and talk to the book. It tells us about the biome, and it explains that the thing that we found is a gateway to a fairy tale trial. It gives us a backstory on how Maleficent tried to rewrite Ever After and move her castle and everything went wrong. That her castle is at the back of the biome, but that pieces have been scattered all across Ever After, spreading corruption across the land. And that we'll have to set them right to reach the very heart of them to undo what Maleficent has done. And she tells us we should ask Merida about the trial, and that each trial we face will bring us one step closer to Maleficent and rescuing the Vale. So go and talk to Merida. We tell her about the place, and she says she's seen one of these before, and she explains that she keeps hearing howling in this area and thinks there's some sort of beast, maybe a wolf. We agree to go and take a look together, and it tells us to follow her to the fairy tale trial, but really you'll find her just before you go down the hill to the fairy tale trial. So follow her, talk to her once you get there, and she talks about a story the lore keeper told her about a wolf that liked to eat red-headed girls, which we assume was maybe actually Little Red Riding Hood. And now when you're over here, you'll notice there are paw prints leading down to the trial. So follow her down there, talk to her. She says she never managed to get in, but thinks we'll need the royal net. But she also says that it looks like the wheel to open it has been torn clear off. If you follow the paw prints over on the left-hand side behind the bush, you'll find the wheel here and you'll be able to pick it up. Head back over to the pedestal and interact with it to put the wheel back on. Once you've done that, equip your net, stand next to it, and hold down the button that you used to use your net. On the Switch, I use Y, and that should make you spin around with the net so you can turn the wheel. This will pop up the quest, a sheep in wolf's clothing, and now a new portal has appeared. Step through the portal and you'll have a short cutscene showing you the interior of a castle. Head down the steps, clear the inkies away. In the front right corner, you'll find another wheel. So again, hold down the button with your net so you spin around to turn the wheel. This will open the door in front of you. Head up the steps, then down the stairs. Right after you go through the doorway, if you swing to your left, that wall that the door is on, in that corner is a chest. This is going to be one of the few that we can actually get to right now. Just clear the inkies and you'll get lupine Cullen skink, a tasty dish made with sea wolf and potatoes marinated in onions and yogurt. As far as I can tell, you can do whatever you want with this. You won't need it to get Flynn. The place we need to go in here is the door directly opposite of the door we came in. It'll have a little quest marker on it, and our quest is telling us to investigate the door. Now, if your game is like mine, you have to stand in just the right place to get that talk button to pop up. I actually missed it the first time and explored everything in this room first because I didn't understand why I couldn't interact with the door. So approach the door and talk with whoever's on the other side. And they keep switching between being fairly polite and acting like a ferocious wolf. They say they're the wolf of the wilds, guardian of these woods, and servant of Maleficent. They say they have large wolfish feet, a wolfish musk, and a terrifying howl. So we decide we need to find proof that their feet, scent, and howl are all fake. If you haven't interacted with that door yet and had that conversation, you won't be able to interact with anything else in the room. But now that we've talked to them, we can head to our right, head up the stairs, swing around to your right again, and there'll be another wheel here. Tap the button to use your net so that you're swinging the net over your head at the wheel, and this will open the door to the left. So head back down the stairs, take the door on the left, remove the inkies so you can get in. Head up these stairs. There is a chest here surrounded by these bubbling mushrooms. Right now, we don't have any tools that are going to let us get to this chest, so just remember it's here for later. Continue around up here and you're going to find a cooking station, and next to it we have a scroll. On the scroll it says, Notes to Self on making the perfect wolfish musk. I only need one thing directly from a wolf. I definitely need some oil in there. 4 ingredients is definitely too many. Note to self, oil doesn't mix with water or with drool, and it should smell like a forest, not a flower. If you continue to the far wall, you'll have 2 different tables of ingredients. Interact with them. The first table has wolf fur, wolf drool, and magnolia and orange blossom. So we know forest, not flower, so we're not going to pick up the flowers. We know we need oil, and oil does not go with drool, and we only need 1 wolf thing. So the only thing we want to pick up here is the wolf fur. At the second table, we have oil, water, and woodland pine fragrance. So we're going to take the oil and the woodland pine, head over to the cooking station and combine those 3 ingredients, the wolf fur, the oil, and the woodland pine. This is going to make Eau de Wolf and take care of that wolfish smell. Head back out of here, head out of the door, and almost directly across the hall you're going to find another wheel. This one is surrounded by rocks, so if you haven't broken these rocks yet, take out your pickaxe and smash them so you can get to the wheel. Then take out your net, long press to spin around, and spin the wheel. If you continue down that wall, you'll find some inkies in front of the stairs and an open door. Remove the inkies as you need to as you go through. After you go through, then head up the next set of stairs and into the room. And again, we're going to find a chest just to the left after you enter the room, and inside we'll find a sea monster tooth. Around the room, we're going to find some glowing numbers. And at the back, we have similar numbers. So we can see on the back wall, we have a 3 with a dragon maybe. On the right-hand wall, there's an alcove with a 4. And if you break the rocks with your pickaxe, you'll be able to see the symbol back there. To me, it looks kind of like a sea urchin. Opposite it, on the left wall, we have the number 1 symbol. So on the 1, put the one that looks kind of like a werewolf. On the 3, we're going to put the dragon. And on the last one, we'll put that sea urchin. And the remaining symbol is right behind us. This is number 2, the tower. In order to get these to spin, you just interact with them over and over until you see the symbol that you want. Once you've put in all the symbols, a pair of wolf slippers will pop out of the wall at you. And that's all we need to do in this room, so head back to the main chamber, and across and to the right is going to be our final door. Now there is a piece of paper here telling us that we're going to need to dig, so be sure you have your shovel out. This one to me was tricky because I had tried it when I first came in the room and nothing works when you first come in the room. And you'll notice that the aim on this one is a little bit strange. It's not where you would normally position your shovel, but if you have your shovel out and you get close enough to it and you're kind of standing on top, you'll be able to use your shovel to change the symbol that's in the ground, similar to what we did in that last room. If you look above the door, there's a castle symbol. So we're going to keep spinning it until we can get that castle. Once it's set on the castle, the door will open and we will start the quest, not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. So head through the door. You'll have a new pop-up making moves decoration puzzles, and it explains that we need to open our decoration menu, select objects that are already in the room, and move them around to match the clues. Head into the room and interact with the scroll. It tells us that the hidden entrance will only trigger when the right building material is used to decorate the right spot. In the first construction zone, place something that's easiest to blow away by huffing and puffing. In the second, place something just a little bit sturdier. And in the third, place something that no big bad wolf would ever blow down. So if you're familiar with the three little pigs, you probably have a pretty good idea of what you want to put there. So bring up your decorating mode and move the hay bale to the first area, the pile of wood to the second, and the pile of bricks to the third. It was a little bit tricky just playing on the Switch with the way the controls are and the way the game keeps resetting the camera. Once you have those three in place, you can back out. On the left-hand side, there is a chest here surrounded by these teacups. Unfortunately, none of the tools we have right now work for this, so we'll have to remember to come back later. Make your way around behind the challenge. You'll see a gramophone on a table that you can pick up, and that'll complete this quest. Now that you have all three items, head back to the door. Interact with it to give the person behind the door the three items. They keep insisting that they are a wolf. We tell them that their big wolfy feet are just slippers. The scent is something that we made in a spray bottle. And the howl is a phonograph. The person on the other side says they feel dizzy all of a sudden, and we get them to open the door. And this is where we finally get to meet Flynn Rider. He says it's like he just woke up from a really long, weird nightmare. He's compelled to act like a wolf. He says that Maleficent cursed him, the veil got shooken up, and it's like parts of Maleficent's castle have been scattered all over the Vale. He says there's something in the area where he was that seems to be powering the curse. So head into the room and up the stairs, and interact with the source of corruption. We see a beanstalk starting to grow up towards the castle. When the cutscene ends, we're outside with Flynn, and we think if we do more of these trials, we could grow the beanstalk all the way to the castle. But Flynn isn't too excited about going back into the castle.
Yeah.
Flynn says he almost is back to feeling like himself, but that it would be nice to have a place to relax. So we agree to set up his house. Now if you go into decorating mode, you can place his house anywhere you want in the Vale. I will say he has a quest coming up where things are going to spawn around his house, so I'd be sure you have some space around it. Don't decorate it a whole bunch right now. Once you've placed his house, go up to the side, and it'll cost 10,000 coins to build the house. Once you pay the 10,000 coins, the house will be built, and Flynn will move in. Be sure to talk to him to wrap up that quest right after he arrives. If you have the other DLC too, there's some dialogue here about Rapunzel as well. This will complete a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Come on.
Here's what Flynn's friendship rewards are. Looks like we have a door motif, coins, his boots, a wanted poster motif, more coins, the little kitchen bar area that we saw in his house, another motif, and the outfit from the trailer. Here's what the inside of his house looks like. We can see that furniture item in here. So hopefully this helped you get Flynn Rider in Disney Dreamlight Valley's Storybook Vale. If it did, consider giving the video a like to help others find it as well. Subscribe for more cozy gaming content. We did stream the DLC for 8 hours on launch day, where we opened the 3 biomes and found all 3 characters. So if you want to see that in real time, or you get stuck on another quest or puzzle, be sure to check out that live stream on the channel. Turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. Hope to see you there.
How about a chat? No ulterior motive, I promise.